Hey guys, James here from Replica Reviews. Now, this is something a little bit different. We haven't done a review as such on a magazine before. And to a certain extent, this isn't really a magazine. But this is the single shot load adapter for the Weihrauch HW100. Now, I really like this little piece of kit, and I think it's really underrated. Now, a lot of companies will use very basic systems on their multi-shot PCPs. If you want to convert them or use them as a single shot, load one pellet in at a time jobs, then they use a very simple plate with like a little groove cut out down the middle or something very similar. Weihrauch, however, being German, have done something, typically German. They've over-engineered it and they've come up with this brilliant little single shot adapter. Now it fits in the rifle much the same way as a normal magazine would, and as you can see, just bringing in the normal rotary magazine that they do, you can see that they are pretty much exactly the same size profile wise. Obviously, they've got to match the bottom and the barrel, otherwise things wouldn't align and it would all get difficult. But for all those times you don't want to be blasting through your magazine, and I know for one, when I'm up the range, I tend to use this. I tend to find that I think more about my shots because I've only got one shot and I can't just keep blatting through magazines. So I tend to use this. Now what makes this one a little bit more interesting is rather than just putting the pellet on the plate there, it actually sort of ejects itself from the side of the gun. As you can see here, opens up. Now, on the inside of your action, you've got a little, it's almost like a little claw lever type thing. And it pops up and it rotates, and that's what indexes your magazine round. Well, on this sort of version, it indexes this little rotary system inside. So every time you pull the cocking lever back, it just plops it around like so, and it opens it out to the side. You load your pellet in, push it back up like so, and then you're good to go for the next however many shots you want to fire. Now, I really like it because unlike a lot of systems out there, you don't have to line it up in a groove, and if you drop your pellet, you've lost your shot and all the rest of that. It just goes in the hole, much like you would with any other sort of breech loader or magazine-fed rifle, whatever, and it just folds in, and you've got one shot that you can use properly. And then what I have found, obviously, if you want to show the rifle is empty, just leave it out. You can bring the bolt forward because obviously the probe will then pass over the top here without causing any issues. And you've got this sticking out the side so people can see that your rifle is empty. Now what I'll quickly do is I want to show you obviously in function, in actually working, because every time, as I say, you cock the lever back, it ejects itself out the side ready for you to load a pellet. So we'll just quickly move outside, we'll set all the camera up, and we'll show you how it works in its full entirety. Okay guys, so here we are outside with the Weihrauch. I'm just going to show you how to load the magazine. Much like with a normal magazine, just bring the action to the rear. Obviously this catch is already back, I always tend to leave that back. And then you simply just slot it in like so, push your lever forward, and then you're good to go basically. So obviously every time, the rifle's empty, fire it off. As you load it, pops out the side. Put your pellet in, close it, obviously fire off your shot. So your pellet goes in, close it like so, bolt to the front, and again just pops out the side. So it's a really simple mechanism to use. And then to unload it, simply push it back in, pull that clap to the back, bring it out, and then you can go straight back to your conventional magazines. There's no worrying around separate adapters and other fiddly bits like that. Okay, so as you can see, it is just German engineering at its best. Now there is one thing I love about Weihrauch. They don't release many new products. The HW100, for example, is the only PCP they've ever done really to date. Unless we won't go into the H101 and all the rest of it. There is no other version of the HW100. It's just a tried, tested action. There's no special editions, limited editions, new models, new this, new that. They just seem to do something once, and they do it right, and that is exactly what they've done here with the loading adapter. Yes, it isn't cheap, it is quite expensive. However, for what it is, I think it's absolutely superb. craftsmanship in it. The way it's been built, it's all metal. It's worth adding. It's just built properly, and it's one of those things you don't begrudge paying that little bit extra when you're getting a top quality product. And as you can see, it just works. It's just really, really functional. You can just put your pellet in nice and simply. You don't have to worry too much about dropping your pellet, losing your shot, all the rest of that. It just works. So what I'll do is I'll put a link in the description to where you can find these adapters. This one actually came from Ronnie Sunshine's in Devon when I first got the rifle. So I'll put a link to their website there if you're interested and you want to have a look at getting one for yourself. If not, thank you for watching another one of our videos. We'll have loads more videos coming soon. We've got plenty planned. It's just a case of trying to get round and filming it. So, you know, you can keep up to date obviously by subscribing to our channel here, or if you want to follow our Facebook page, we put loads of updates and pictures and all sorts really. We've just gone over the 500 likes mark, which, you know, is awesome. And 38,000 subscribers on the channel, which I really, really appreciate. So again, thanks for the support, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video and see something a little bit different, and got to see something in action that quite often is overlooked in the grand scheme of new kit.